All right, everyone, welcome back to the shop. Today, before we get back to work on the stop, let me show you another new acquisition. Step outside. All right, what it is, it's a Balsa USA 4Scale Fokker D.VII. I was misled that it was going to be a Fokker D.VIII because Gino unfortunately put a D.VII. So I thought it was going to be a single wing. It is the biplane. So hooray for me. I love that version. So let's go ahead and show you what I've got. It's partially assembled. It's probably 90% built, which means you still have 50% of the work to do. So you guys that have built know that this is still a long way from getting done. Certain aspects to this plane are actually pretty decent. I mean, the way that they were built, they were put together. The tail section, fairly well. A couple little things. I wish I had more sunlight. That'll come back later on. Certain parts of the build are sketchy. Other parts are very nice. This part for the rudder and for the vert stab on it, we're going to go ahead and you can see right here it's got a little fat spot right where that joiner is. That'll get taken care of. This is no issue. The horizontal stabilizer is pretty darn good. It's gonna require a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of sanding, because this is just the initial part of the build. You can see here there's gaps, and there's going to be a whole lot of little gaps that will have to be taken care of. You can see here comes the sun. Up here you can see this up here, so that's going to have to be filled. We got a gap up on the top here that'll be filled. So just like any other plane, when you put something together, any little mistakes will show up, and what you end up having to do is you've got to take the time to fix the little gaps. So that will not be an issue, and it won't compromise anything with the aircraft. The fuselage, before I get to the horizontal the elevator, let's go across the fuselage. It's missing one diagonal on the other side. You can see it. It's not there. I'm going to be coming in here with some 16th or some 32nd ply and making gussets on the inside. So I'll go ahead and I'll saddle over the top of this piece. It'll come here, angle up. It'll saddle over the top of this, get glued into place on the inside to there. So we're going to make this part of the fuselage a lot stronger than it is right now. The person did use a whole heck of a lot of white glue, and there's other little spots right here, like you can see. If you see that kind of pinkish red color, that's ambroid. So they even used ambroid on it as well. So yeah, I mean, that's fine, but it's like little things like this where it's not straight. So I'll just be putting a piece of filler in here, so I'll take care of it. It'll look good. Here is the elevator, and this part here makes me just not happy at all. So this whole piece will get redone. Whether I'm going to go ahead and cut the pieces out like this, or if I'm just going to go ahead and laminate hoops on it. I may just go ahead and do a laminate of a hoop, at least just a C hoop for here, and then join it in with a scarf joint. But this point here, that's just plain ugly. And where the two elevator halves join together, that huge gap right there, that's pretty darn near close to an 1/8 inch gap. So this whole piece right here will be completely rebuilt. I do have the plans. We'll get to that in a bit. So not too bad. The ailerons, they're kind of iffy in certain spots, and I can just cut new pieces for it like this. This kind of snapped off. It is loose. So, but what I will do is on this, I will see if I can do this, because I try to do it, can't really do it one-handed. This piece here can stay attached. I'm going to go ahead and I can cut it off this, so I can go ahead and cut this diagonal off. I'll make markers, I'll line it up with the plans. This whole piece will be redone with the proper angle of the cut up on the top there, because see, they left it square, so, and you can't do that. And this part here too. Like I said, certain parts of the plane came out real nice, certain parts did not come out nice at all. So these will all be fixed. Like these little rib caps here, that's fine. That's just the way that the ribs were cut back in the day, so it will be functional, but it's got to do with this end piece that needs to be replaced. And then I think there's something down this way that's loose as well, but it's just the little gaps that will drive a builder crazy, that they just shouldn't be there. So, but like I said, some will be filled. So we go with this. I do have the full instructions on it, so this will be my nighttime reading, just to get myself acclimated with it. These parts here for the let's just call it the inter wheel wing. This part is pretty good. I'm kind of happy with it. It's sloppy. It still has to be sanded properly. And like these little things here, the rib cap, you just got to cut it. And I'll just go ahead and just push it down in there and glue it back in place. So like that, that's an easy repair job. Some of the worst soldering joints I've ever seen in my life, right there. But that I can go ahead, heat it up, pull it all apart, pull the wire out, go ahead, rewrap it, and resolder that properly. But see, I want to see the plans, because there's little issues like this where there's big gaps, where there shouldn't be big gaps. So I will look for that. This, I don't know what the dealio is with it. But yeah, it's one of those things that when you look at it, you know it's going to be a project just because of the stuff that's got to get done. Now, this was a gift. This was FOC, free of charge. That's why I don't mind spending the time doing it. Because if I was going to build a kit, I'd have to start everything from scratch. And the kit costs a lot more than I've got invested in this thing right now. So I will just stay with what I've got. So this is not going to be jumping right into this after the stomp. It'll probably be, it could be a possible winter project, because that's going to be a long winter project, just kind of like the stomp. But anyway, everything else is in here. I do have some of the plastic that still has to do the final trim work on it to see where it's going to go up front. And that's going to go up in the front on that, and you can see he's already got the screen portion, and so that'll be kind of neat. The wheels, he's already got the custom wheels for it. So, I mean, the guy bought everything. I just had to finish putting it together. I don't know what those are. I'm possibly cylinder heads. Here's the exhaust. An old Dubro catalog. And these guys are about 3 minutes from where I work. They're right down the street. So whenever I need something, I just give them a quick call. But this, I think, is pretty old. But anyway, we do have all the hardware. We got the aluminum, all the aluminum sheets here. The hardware. Don't know what that's for. Oh, a LiPo battery connector. Huh, that's old school. That was, I remember doing this where you had to open the LiPo packs up. This is strange. I don't know. Probably won't use it. The more connectors, the more chance of a problem. So, alright, and I've got all the metal, let's call it the piano wire, and that's for the interplane struts and the cabane struts. So that'll all have to be attached. He left me a whole bunch of build pins, so that'll go into my little stash. That looks like it's going to be part of, I'm going to guess, possibly part of the interplane struts. We'll see when I take a look at that. But like I said, here's the plans. This I'll be doing a spread on, and you'll get a really good look when it comes time for me to start working on this thing. And then that's like we'll just kind of take it from there. But anyway, we've had a pretty good idea on this one. And oh, by the way, I'd like to do it on this side. I may do it on this side, but guaranteed I'm going to do it on this side. This whole piece from here to here is going to be a big old chunk of probably 3/8 spruce, square spruce. I'll cut it, drop the spruce in when I'm building the new section on it, or just building a whole new one. Because I liked, it's a soft hardwood. It's like a softwood, but it's not balsa. It's going to give you a little more strength. You know, usually that's what I would do here. So this may get done the same way. Just haven't decided. But yeah, Strange. Oh, and by the way, Gino threw in these. These are 4Scale servos. I've never used them that big. We'll see where everything hooks up. If I want to throw a couple of those things for the elevator and the rudder. I don't know how the wing servo's gonna attach because I don't know if it's going to be cables from the inside, but I got some quarter scale. Yep, never used them before, so it'd be interesting. Wow, that's just ugly. All right, so let's just go ahead and get back inside and get back to work on the stop.